Do you want to know who you are? Don't ask. Act. Action will delineate and define you. The most valuable of all talents is that of never using two words when one will do. Nothing gives one person so much advantage over another as to remain always cool and unruffled under all circumstances. Determined never to be idle. No person will have occasion to complain of the want of time who never loses any. It is wonderful how much may be done if we are always doing. I had rather be shut up in a very modest cottage with my books, my family, and a few old friends, dining on simple bacon, and letting the world roll on as it liked, than to occupy the most splendid post which any human power can give. I know no safe depository of the ultimate powers of the society, but the people themselves, and if we think them not enlightened enough to exercise their control with a wholesome discretion, the remedy is not to take it from them, but to inform their discretion by education. This is the true corrective of abuses of constitutional power. All should be laid open to you without reserve, for there is not a truth existing which I fear, or would wish unknown to the whole world. It is an axiom in my mind, that our liberty can never be safe but in the hands of the people themselves, and that too of the people with a certain degree of instruction. This is the business of the state to effect, and on a general plan. How little do my countrymen know what precious blessings they have, and which no other people on earth enjoy. I am increasingly persuaded that the earth belongs exclusively to the living, and that one generation has no more right to bind another to its laws and judgments than one independent nation has the right to command another. I am increasingly persuaded that the earth belongs exclusively to the living, and that one generation has no more right to bind another to its laws and judgments than one independent nation has the right to command another. History, I believe, furnishes no example of a priest-ridden people maintaining a free civil government. This marks the lowest grade of ignorance of which their civil, as well as religious leaders, will always avail themselves for their purposes. Our liberty depends on the freedom of the press, and that cannot be limited without being lost. If once the people become inattentive to the public affairs, you and I, and Congress and assemblies, judges and governors, shall all become wolves. It seems to be the law of our general nature, in spite of individual exceptions. Enlighten the people generally, and tyranny and oppressions of the body and mind will vanish like evil spirits at the dawn of day. Every human being must be viewed according to what it is good for not one of us, no, not one, is perfect. And were we to love none who had imperfection, this world would be a desert for our love. A strong body makes the mind strong. As to the species of exercises, I advise the gun. While this gives moderate exercise to the body, it gives boldness, enterprise, and independence to the mind. Games played with the ball, and others of that nature are too violent for the body and stamp no character on the mind. Let your gun, therefore, be your constant companion in your walks. It is more dangerous that even a guilty person should be punished without the forms of law than that he should escape. Let us save what remains, not by vaults and locks, which fence them from the public eye, and use in consigning them to the waste of time, but by such a multiplication of copies as shall place them beyond the reach of accident.